I was at a business meeting at the Pennant Cafeteria located in the 900 block of Kansas Avenue above Jenkins Music. About 6:30 in the evening, noticed out the windows of the building, second floor, looked like blackbirds in the sky, flying real close to the windows. Didn't take long to realize that the glass was starting to come in. We knew, living in Kansas, that that's what was going on. With a tornado bearing down in that area, and we didn't realize, I was with friends who lived in the same neighborhood as I do, near 29th and Gage. We had no idea that this tornado had already come through there with a lot of damage, and we took refuge in the building where we were, in the kitchen, under counters, stainless steel, whatever you could get under. People start to come out of the cover in the building, and you see people that didn't make it away from the windows cut up and bleeding, and there was a stairway to the lower part and to the sidewalk, and I think a lot of the people tried to get down the stairway, and it was like a funnel that was too many people for the outlet, so they were trapped there. There was quite a bit of injury in that area. The friend I was with, he'd driven that day and parked his car in front of the building on the avenue. The cars all along that avenue were totally destroyed, just completely. I owned a business, and there was cars there where I could get a car. So we walked that 4 or 5 blocks, and we made it to get another car to head out to our home, head towards 29th and Gage. Eventually, couldn't get to 29th and Gage. People will remember that that area was leveled, apartment houses and all. Parked the car on the shoulder and hoofed it down to our neighborhood. As we got into the area on foot, it was just like, if you would have had a picture of our face, it would have been like, wow, what is this? I got home, and our house had substantial damage, not destroyed. And yet, like a tornado does, there's houses all around that are leveled. Ours is still standing. In the backyard was a complete roof of a house behind us in our yard. Kids and wife were all in the house, in the basement, had taken cover, and were safe. And at that time, our business was automobile collision repair, glass and all. Not to smile about it, but there was work in our shop for a year after that.
I really was not involved in the actual tornado. My mother and my sister and her children were in my mother's home at 1500 Western, which was 2 blocks north of where we are right now at the Expo Center on Western. And my husband, our neighbor, she was a nurse at Stormont Vale, and she came to our house because her husband was out of town, and she said, "I need to get to the hospital, will you take me?" So I took their children, and he took her to Stormont Vale, and then headed on to my mother's home and was stopped at Huntoon and Western, and the police would not allow him to go into the area. But he walked down to her home. She was 68 years old. 68 was. Anyway, she and my sister and their children were on either side of her bed, and on top of her bed was a huge elm tree that had come through the front of her house. They were all safe. Within 24 hours, there were a group of Mennonite people who came through the area and helped her with her home. The Mennonite people were wonderful and helped her with her recovery in the house and helped her move to a new home. So that's our story of the 1966 tornado.